Okay then, Helldivers, loads to go over today as we've had a new major order briefing, and it is whale hunting season. My lord, this major order is an absolutely baffling one. The community have got a few things to say about it, as well as a weird message that went up by Mitchmas that was, well, an interesting competition for you guys to get involved in. And we're also going to talk about the Epoch, as apparently it was meant to outperform some anti-tank options. We're going to dive into all the information we've got happening today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button, subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can get your video games cheaper for PC and console with the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts, all running up to 70% off. Links in the description. And if you want to get involved with our War Bond giveaway, we're giving away some super credits. If you want to get hold of them, head down into the comment section and put in a fire emoji and it'll enter you in. We're announcing the winner of that one tomorrow, so make sure that you stay tuned to that one. With that being said, though, let's dive into the game and see what it is that's happening right now in Helldivers 2. So, starting you off, we received a brand new major order, and this one was a bit of a weird one. Obviously, this is the pure definition of a filler major order. The briefing right here states that the relentless assault on managed democracy is taking its toll on our citizens' sense of well-being. The images of our cities in flames and butchery of innocent citizens broadcast on all news channels are impossible to forget. Surveys indicate that citizens' fears of invasion, disenfranchisement and dismemberment of loved ones is at an all-time high. This state of affairs must be corrected. That is why Super Earth government has ordered the construction of the maximum security cities. With no expense spared for surveillance and detection of dissidents, these cities will be ironclad bastions of freedom. Ground has already been broken for the first 3 pilot cities, Fort Union, Fort Sanctuary, and Emiria. Additionally, a public relations campaign is being launched to remind our citizens that they are protected by the galaxy's greatest fighting force. In support, the Helldivers are ordered to kill the enemies of freedom that arise most frequently in citizen nightmares. List to follow. Now, this mission is of utmost importance, and it is imperative that our citizens' faith in the ability of Super Earth to protect them remains unshakable. So we actually received the major order, and what actually came up was this right here. Now, we can see the obvious problem right here of just kill 10 million. Now, you can see the rest of them, and we'll dive into those in just a moment, but that kill 10 million was later just taken out. It was pretty much just completely devoided, and nobody really knew what it was until B Vitamin stated that she thinks it was War Striders, but the Game Master knows this happened. So he obviously took that out. And if we take a look at the Galactic War map right now, we can clearly see that we have got 2 of the Illuminate, 2 of the Terminate, and only 1 of the Automatons, meaning that she may have been right with that, because realistically, it would have made more sense for 2 of each. But nonetheless, we have got 20 million Shriekers to take out, of which we are 22% into already. We have got to take out 12.5 million Impalers, of which we are 6% out already. Factory Striders is at 6.25 million. We're 4% out on that one. 7.5 million Flesh Mobs. We are 15% out on that one. And 3.75 million Leviathans. We are 1.3% out on that one. Now, everybody has got their harpoons in hand and their AT emplacements ready to go, and it is whale hunting season. Now, don't get this twisted. This is a very ridiculous major order. Not only is it probably the pure definition of a filler major order, but the 3.75 million Leviathans does have some of the community scratching their heads. Don't get this twisted, we've seen this a million times over. There is likely that we'll have some sort of indication or some sort of communication within the next few days, as this is a 7-day major order, probably reducing the size of that if we can liberate a specific planet. So make sure that you keep an eye on that one, because there is going to be an Illuminate planet we need to take, and that will likely reduce the number substantially. Although, in my personal opinion, with around 4 potentially on a level 10, you can take out 4 per round. So that is that's a big one indeed, because that is going to require so many missions. It is insane, almost to the point where it looks like it's actually not doable. So we'll see how much of a deduction they genuinely put into the midst with that one. Hopefully it is a substantial one and we can actually get this thing done, but we'll have to wait and see how that one plays out. Let me know in the comment section whether this one rattled your cage or not, or if you were actually quite happy to see some Leviathan season hunting coming into the midst. Nonetheless, though, Mitchimus has actually posted up an interesting post right here. It states, "Attention Helldivers, the time has come to inspire your fellow recruits and citizens and remind them why the galaxy's best fighting force. Submit your most heroic clip of yourself vanquishing Super Earth's most fearsome foes from the following list: Shriekers, Impalers, Factory Striders, Flesh Mobs, and Leviathans. The event rules are that the video must not be 5 minutes over, so you have to do it 5 minutes or less. The videos must be in MP4 or MOV format or uploaded via YouTube. Videos cannot be edited with overlays, graphics, watermarks, or stitched together. Clips are fine though, and videos must be raw gameplay of you defeating enemies from the list above. Videos cannot have any added music or sound effects, and videos must be 1080p or higher. The mission is of utmost importance. It is imperative that our citizens' faith in the ability of Super Earth to protect them remains unshaken." Now, there is a sub-point in the Discord called Event Submissions, where you can actually submit your clips into there. So make sure you get involved with it. As to what it is that you are actually going to receive from this, I have no idea. We do know that they have a specific role for winners of competitions in the Discord, so maybe that's what is up for grabs. But nonetheless, this does make a lot of sense in parallel with the major order. Overall, quite a weird one, a very interesting way to do it. We know that the Arrowhead team are now on a 2-week holiday, so that's probably why we're seeing such a dud major order right now of a week long. So I don't even know if it's actually achievable, even with 7 days on the mark. So it's going to be a really, really interesting one. And we also have a comment coming from Alexus, also known as Alex, who is the balance manager inside of his team. And he did an interview with Crazy Mr. Pips, which was a very interesting watch, I may add. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to go and check that out. But he made a specific statement right here that stated that the Epoch is supposed to outperform other convenient anti-tank options once mastered.
The idea for the Epoch was, once you master it, then it will outperform some other more convenient anti-tank options or anti-chaff.
Now, I'm not too sure about you, but there's something gone wrong here. It does not seem to be the case, especially when we start talking about EATs and recoilless rifles. In my eyes, I don't see the Epoch being able to out-damage an AT, mainly because it only has a AP4, and that obviously sticks some limitations in on its own. Even though this is a very cool-looking weapon, even once you've mastered it, it still takes an extra shot on a Hulk to take it out, and that's just one example. Overall, the damage output is nothing compared to an AT in terms of recoilless rifle or EAT or anything else in that regard, so it'll be really interesting to see what it is that he meant by that, but make sure you go and check out the interview. We're going to be breaking down a load of it, thanks to Mr. Pips. He's given me full permission to go over it and break it all down and give off some points of what it is that's been in there. So you may see a video coming up from me later today, or maybe even tomorrow, with all of the information coming in from Alexus on that one. Nonetheless, though, we're going to take a look at your top comments from the previous video, as a lot of you guys were happy with your new cape, although we're not happy that you've got nothing to match it with. So this first comment right here states, "A purple armor would be great to go with the cape." Now, I actually agree. I think it would look really, really clean. I think there'd be so much cool stuff to it, and it's definitely something that we would require at some stage or another. So the fact that the cape is there would tell me that purple armor is likely to come in at some stage or another, or at least that's my personal opinion. Anyway, let me know if you guys agree in the comment section. This next one states right here, "I'm near certain there is a problem with the liberation mechanic. I watched yesterday as 2 to 3 of the divers spent 12 hours on a low resistance planet and only liberated less than 1%. Now, I don't actually know how the liberation efforts work, what it is that the numbers all equate to, and how it is that that all disperses. And I'm actually not sure that it's even public knowledge, but the Bascanator has secured the fact that their numbers are extremely accurate, so we'll have to wait and see exactly how that one goes. But people are complaining about the liberation efforts quite a lot just recently. And finally, this one states right here, no way, they didn't even hotfix the 300% nerf to all status effect. That's just crazy. Now, yes, we didn't receive a hotfix yesterday. There is so many problems inside of this game, whether it's crash issues, lag issues on the loading screens, or, as you state, a 300% nerf to a status effect. There has been a lot of problems happening inside of the community, and everybody is pointing it out quite massively, and hopefully after this vacation, there should be some fixes come in to sort it all out. Whether that happens or not, we'll have to wait and see. But it is definitely needed. Nonetheless, though, that's unfortunately we've got time for today. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on. Appreciate you all. And as always, I'll see you in the clouds.